join us in a moment. He's not yet here. A warm welcome also from the side of the Federal Ministry. I'm afraid after the lunch and after such an interesting morning, perhaps this is the most difficult part to bridge into this afternoon sessions. There are no more secrets to unveil, but I think since we are working for a reflective society, it's also good to take some time for reflection. Why did it happen? How did it happen? And perhaps also to spare some thoughts for what is going to happen next. Well, in Germany, we have currently a year of science, which is geared towards the topic of demography. And now everyone in Germany is talking by the year 2030, more than half of the population will be over 50. So exactly the age range we are talking about. And about 1/3 will be elder than 65. In the European Union, perhaps this figure was already mentioned this morning, by 2050, the part of the population which is over 65 will double, and the part of population over 80 will triple, and a girl which is born today has a very good chance to reach the age of 100 years. So maybe in Germany we are affected by the changes earlier than other countries in Europe, but my impression is we are pretty much in a similar situation all over Europe. We will become less people, we will become more diverse in each country, and hopefully we will have more years and better life. And I think later this afternoon there's an EU joint programming activity on that, and Marianne van den Berge, I think, will comment on this. We had last September a meeting at this very same place, which was co-organized by the member states, by the Commission. Robert Jan Smits also was present giving a keynote speech, European parliaments and leading personalities from European science. And I just want to quote a small paragraph from the outcome of that meeting we had here, because I think it fits very nice also to the subjects we are discussing here. So it runs: the EU research agenda must therefore address issues such as employment and education, sustainable lifestyles and well-being, inclusion and poverty reduction, economics, behavioral sciences, and understanding of cultures, involvement of cultural heritage institutions, as well as evidence-based policy making in a manner that gives rise to new innovative approaches, e.g. through social innovation and behavioral change. So I think almost everything what we heard this morning really fits very nice in this program we have, and SHARE really is a really fascinating piece of research. It's unique evidence we don't have in a similar way available otherwise on the life of people over 50, and especially valuable is that we have the data for a time span for more than 10 years, and 10 years which have been very interesting. Were years we discussed just about that. It were years of a lot of change, also years of crisis. So from a scientific point, but also from a policy making point, very interesting time. And as George Fisher already pointed out this morning, it's indeed, sorry, very important for day-to-day policy questions we need to deal with in the member states on European level. How can we share burdens equitably between the different generations? How can we keep our social systems in balance with all those changes which are ahead? What about the labor markets? And for all that, we need not only a short-term input, but it's very important that we have solid input on a long-term basis. And I think one thing which is also especially important we have in share is that transnational aspect. Even when we take decisions on a national level in Germany, in the situation we have in Europe, in Germany, we have already nine neighboring states to which we have very close ties. We have a lot of movements between persons. So we cannot consider the situation just in Germany, but we need to know about this is the situation in Europe. Also, of course, decisions on European level, George Fisher just explained about that, need similar evidence. And also, I think from the point of research, most interesting is also the comparative research. If you want to learn from experiences in other countries, you cannot just look at your own experience, but the most interesting part is to see what happens in the different countries where different approaches were taken, and then draw the conclusions. So I think this is, in many aspects, a very important project. Just two words about history. In 2006, SHARE was one of the 5 starting projects in the field of social sciences and humanities on the SPA roadmap. And like every pioneer who wants to build a mill in the West, you need to pave the road to get there. When you get there, you plant some trees, some crop to harvest, and also you need to set up a shelter. And we are very grateful that the first provisional shelter was possible to set up in Tilburg, Netherlands. So hartelijk dank u wel for making that possible. Now, in the meantime, we managed to set up the permanent home bases in Munich. And today, I think it was already mentioned, SHARE is really a big enterprise with 65,000 participants in 20 countries. And like every true European project, from the outset, it was also globally minded. Perhaps you have seen the posters downstairs, which were showing international links. We have United States, we have China, we have Brazil. So this is again a very interesting aspect which goes far beyond our European discussions, but which in a world which is growing closer together is becoming more and more important. Now, this is the present. What will be the future? For longitudinal research like this, the value increases each time we can do a new wave. We can now even, and I think this was also very impressive from the little bit I just had to chance to grasp this morning. One can really see the big added value each new wave has, because it can build on what was before. So for the future, it is our feeling that it is very important that SHARE will continue with this stability, and we are looking funding for this, and it was already mentioned that Max Planck Society takes a very important part in this. We also heard this morning that a number of countries are using structural funds, which is very important. And also in these days, yesterday was the trilateral meeting on Horizon 2020, and the sixth challenge on reflective innovative societies, which was that meeting last September on, is one of the grand societal challenges. And I think also Horizon 2020 will contribute in a very important way to this field. So I think for the future there is a lot to be done. There is a good basis to work upon, and in the end it will be also very interesting to see how in the practice, like George Fisher explained, how will it be used by the different users in day-to-day work, in the transfer, in the society at large. So I think this is perhaps also a bit of the outline of the program, which we will explore a bit more in depth this afternoon. But of course, I don't want to be too long at this stage, because Axel Supan, he is not, you're not only the mastermind, I think you're also the heart and you're the motor of SHARE. So I think it's really your turn to give some more